I found a fake girlfriend to deal with my mom rushing me to get married, but I never expected my finger to slip. I accidentally pulled my ice-cold female CEO straight into my family group chat. The whole family started cheering for me. But at this moment, I was sweating profusely. I hurriedly clicked on CEO Shen Yuxi's profile picture. Boss Shen, I'm so sorry. My family is pushing me way too hard to get married. Today, I originally planned to pull my buddy into the chat to calm my family down. I didn't expect my hand to slip and pull you in instead. I'm really sorry for bothering you this late. I'll definitely be more careful next time. After a round of sincere explanations, I was still worried Shen Yuxi wouldn't believe me, so I attached my chat history with my friend, along with proof of my mom rushing me to marry. I took screenshots of everything and sent them over. Finally, I added one more line, Boss Shen. I am truly, incredibly sorry, accompanied by a meme of someone kowtowing frantically. I really didn't expect this. Ugh, what a total mess. The only way to fix this is to explain it properly. Whether Shen Yuxi believes it or not, it's entirely up to her now. Meanwhile, on the other side, Shen Yuxi was sitting alone in her 1,260 square foot office, looking at my messages with amusement and reading the warm greetings in my family group chat. She slowly typed a line in the chat box. I gripped my phone tightly. I hadn't even exited the chat with Shen Yuxi yet. When I heard my mom yell, "This kid is finally talking," I thought to myself, I'm dead. Shen Yuxi didn't reply to my private message. Instead, she spoke up in the family group chat. She must be explaining the situation to them. If my mom finds out I looked for a fake girlfriend to fool her, it's going to be an absolute disaster. This is a complete nightmare. I sneaked a glance at my mom. I was just about to confess when I noticed her clutching her phone, the smile on her face growing even brighter. I was a bit bewildered, so I hurriedly clicked into the WeChat group Loving Family. The moment I saw it, my jaw dropped to the floor. Uncle, Auntie, thank you for your warm welcome. Let me introduce myself. My name is Shen Yuxi. You can call me Xiaoqi once work gets a bit less busy. Well, go register our marriage. I was completely dumbfounded. I had no idea what Shen Yuxi was playing at, but I vaguely felt that not only was she not mad, she was actually helping me put on an act, and she seemed to be enjoying it too. Registering our marriage? That's absolutely absurd. No matter how you look at it, this doesn't seem like something the cold-hearted demon boss would ever do. Just as I was wondering about this, my phone beeped twice. I finally got a message from Shen Yuxi, but it was just 2 words. Got it. I was completely clueless. Snapping back to reality, I looked at the new messages constantly popping up in the family group. My mood instantly tanked. What exactly does Shen Yuxi mean by this? Shez even chatting so enthusiastically. I sent another message to Shen Yuxi. Boss Shen, since you already know everything, could you please leave the group chat? After all, Shen Yuxi is my superior. If I actually let my mom kick her out, I'd feel like a bit of a coward. Besides, she didn't even do anything wrong. I was the one who dragged her into this. Half a minute later, I finally received Shen Yuxi's reply. A few bold words left me stunned. Why should I leave? I decisively replied to Boss Shen. Because this is my family group chat, not a work group. Actually, my point was very clear. This is my personal space. Boss Shen has no right to intrude. But the very next second, I was completely blindsided. Shen Yuxi replied, "Now, this is my space too." At the same time, the messages in the family group kept updating. Now they were even discussing renting a house for us, so we could live together. They had even figured out who would cook, wash the dishes, and mop the floor in the future. Barring any surprises, it was definitely going to be me. And Shen Yuxi played along the entire time. Her tone was incredibly natural. So natural, it was as if she were actually my girlfriend. The sound of the rain outside gradually grew louder. Hearing the rain, my mom looked outside with a beaming face. It's raining heavily. Xiaoxi is still working overtime, right? Saying that, she gave me a smack. Don't just sit there like a log. Hurry up and go pick Xiaoqi up from work. Does she even need picking up? Shouldn't I just stay home and enjoy a hot bowl of soup? I was about to say that Shen Yuxi had already gone home. Just then, my phone buzzed twice. I clicked it open. It was Shen Yuxi telling me to come to her office. Her tone was cold and emotionless. Yep, that's her all right. Speechless. Looks like I can't escape this today, but this is a good chance to have a proper talk with Shen Yuxi. I need to ask her what exactly Shez's playing at. I told her to leave the group, but she refused. She even gave a full self-introduction, even though she deliberately hid quite a bit, only revealing the tip of the iceberg. But it was enough to make my family extremely satisfied.
Isn't this just setting me up?
Thinking of this, I decisively stood up. Under the caring gazes of my relatives, I said solemnly, "Mom,
You're right.
I'm going to bring Xiaoxi home." With that, I held my head high and marched proudly toward the door. "Are you crazy? Aren't you taking an umbrella?" My mom muttered as she stood up. Then, as if remembering something, she hurriedly added, "Take a portion of hot soup for Xiaoqi." At this moment, my grandma also smiled and chimed in. "There is still pork bone soup in the pot. It's been simmering all afternoon. It smells delicious." My aunt agreed. Right. Let me go scoop some up. My aunt was the closest to the kitchen. Saying that, she stepped into the kitchen. In less than 2 minutes, she brought out the bone soup. She also handed me a couple's umbrella. Lin Lang still uneasily reminded me, "Don't ride your electric bike. It's dangerous on rainy days. It's fine if you fall, but picking up your girlfriend is important business." Don't delay her work. I was truly speechless. It seems this matter isn't going to be that simple. Everyone likes Shen Yuxi so much now. If I tell them the truth, wouldn't I get kicked out of the house? Without time to overthink, I quickly went downstairs, hailed a cab, and sped toward the company. By the time I arrived, the rain had gotten heavier, just like my mood right now. 5 minutes later, I smoothly arrived at the door of Shen Yuxi's office. I knocked on the door. A cold voice rang out from inside. I knew immediately it was Shen Yuxi. Because her voice is very distinct, I pushed the door open and walked in. "You called me in." A fleeting smile appeared on Shen Yuxi's face. It was an expression I had never seen before. A passing smile, indescribably beautiful, like a ray of sunlight piercing through the winter fog. I have to admit, Boss Shen is stunningly beautiful. I politely greeted her, "Boss Shen." But Shen Yuxi didn't look up. She just replied, "Wait a moment, let me finish talking to them. Then I'll talk to you." Her tone was both authoritative and cold, completely unlike the gentle older sister persona, who was so polite in the group chat. The most annoying part was, after saying that, she actually kept chatting in my family group. Compared to them, I felt like an unwanted orphan. I felt I had to put a stop to her behavior. "Boss Shen, you seem very interested in my family group chat." Shen Yuxi raised an eyebrow. Her beautiful almond eyes sparkled brightly. Seeing my soaking wet hands carrying a lunchbox, she couldn't help but ask curiously, "What's that?" I placed the lunchbox on Shen Yuxi's desk. I looked at her seriously. "This is the bone soup my mom told me to bring you. She was afraid it would get cold, so she specifically used a thermos. She said drinking it will warm you up. She also told me to take you home." Shen Yuxi was stunned for a moment. Then, a surge of emotion welled up in her heart. Shen Yuxi's family was very wealthy. All her meals were prepared by a nanny. She had never tasted soup personally cooked by her own mother. Everyone knew she was a child born with a silver spoon in her mouth. She had excellent personal qualifications, and was someone favored by God. But only Shen Yuxi knew just how strict her parents were with her. To mold her into a success, she was raised abroad. Her parents ran their business domestically. This led to a long-standing lack of affection, making her increasingly tough and independent. But the harmonious atmosphere of my family was like a feather, gently tickling her heart. This feeling was both comforting and magical. It made Shen Yuxi subconsciously want to linger a little longer, but I seriously interrupted her thoughts. This is all because my mom values her future daughter-in-law. Since the misunderstanding has been cleared up, I still stand by my previous point.
I hope you can leave my family group chat.
If this keeps up, my mom is really going to think you're her daughter-in-law. Just thinking about my mom getting hurt, I couldn't bear it. So I decided, even if I lose my job today, I have to make Shen Yuxi leave the group. But right at that moment, both my phone and Shen Yuxi's phone started buzzing non-stop at the same time. It was a message from my mom. "Shioki, make sure to drink the soup. If it doesn't suit your taste, just tell auntie. Next time, it's too dangerous for a girl to go home late from work. From now on, let Lin Yuan get off work with you. Let him be your driver and take you home." Shen Yuxi replied, "Uncle, Auntie, thank you both for your care." After sending it, she finally placed her phone down on the desk. She looked at me seriously. For a moment, our eyes met. I panicked a little. To be honest, this was the first time I had observed her so closely. Shen Yuxi's large, expressive eyes, her long, thick eyelashes, the shape of her lips was beautiful. Paired with her red lipstick, she looked like a rose covered in morning dew. A beauty like this, who wouldn't be moved? But I know my place. I understand the concept of matching social status. She is the aloof, ice-cold female CEO at the top, and am just a corporate slave at the bottom of society. Shen Yuxi pondered for a moment, then said bluntly, "To be honest,
I quite like your family."
As soon as those words left her mouth, I temporarily didn't know how to respond, so I chose to stay silent. However, Shen Yuxi's next words left me a bit confused. "Is there something about me you're dissatisfied with?" Seeing that I still wasn't saying anything, Shen Yuxi decisively pulled a key out of her drawer. "You don't need to rent a house anymore. This is a large villa at Thompson Riviera. Good lord. That house is worth at least tens of millions. She's just giving it to me like that."
But what does she mean by this?
I smiled and teased. "Boss Shen, are you short on security guards?" But Shen Yuxi cut straight to the chase, stating her demands. "How about we make a deal? Continue playing the role of the good future daughter-in-law in your family group chat, and you have to help me deal with my family. I just looked over your file. You're 23 this year. You're 23 years old. I am already 28 years old. When it comes to being pressured into marriage, I'm suffering even more than you are."
What do you say?
At this point, I finally understood. Turns out this wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment whim. It was a premeditated scheme. To be fair, this older sister is still incredibly gorgeous, and my mom really does like her. If I suddenly went back and told her the truth, Mom wouldn't be able to handle it. Maybe I should just go along with her plan. After all, I'm not losing out on this deal. Seeing me stay silent, Shen Yuxi pulled another key out of her bag. This is a villa by Swan Lake. If you think it's too small, we can swap it for a bigger one. I immediately scolded myself. If I still don't agree, is she going to offer me a whole castle next? That's enough, Boss Shen. Take your keys back. I can still afford my own rent. However, regarding what you just said, we can give it a try. Hearing this, a flash of surprise crossed Shen Yuxi's beautiful eyes. She stood up, reached out her right hand. Her red lips curled into a meaningful smile.
Happy cooperating.
I guess this means I've officially boarded the CEO's pirate ship, huh? I have to say, sitting on this pirate ship feels pretty damn comfortable. Boss Shen, so when can I infiltrate enemy lines? I mean, join your family group chat to feel the care of the elders. At the mention of her family, Shen Yuxi's expression wavered slightly. She sat back down in her chair. Crossing her legs, she said, I don't need you to join my family group chat. You just need to deal with my parents. So, in total, I only need to deal with 2 people. Well, that's easy then. I immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Then I heard Shen Yuxi's cold voice ring out. My parents are not easy to deal with. You'd better prepare yourself.
I'll explain everything to you tomorrow.
As we were talking, the clacking of high heels echoed from the hallway outside. The person arriving was Shen Yuxi's secretary, Si Qingqing. After 3 knocks on the door, Boss Shen, may I come in? Receiving permission, Si Qingqing finally walked in. Sorry. Boss Shen, I was taking a shower just now. I didn't hear the knock. I kept you waiting. But before she could finish her sentence, she was startled by the figure in front of her. What the? How did you get in here? It's so late. In Boss Shen's office, why is there a male security guard? Who let this guy in? Shen Yuxi said, this is Lin Yuan from the design department. I told him to come here. Hearing Shen Yuxi say that, Si Qingqing finally relaxed. She looked over at Lin Yuan. So this guy is Lin Yuan. 2 days ago, because of the old residential area renovation project, Boss Shen had lost her temper quite a few times. The final design they settled on was proposed by him. It was truly a genius design, something that countless other designers couldn't even come up with. Because of this design, Boss Shen even praised him during the meeting. You have to understand, getting a compliment from Boss Shen is as hard as reaching the sky. Boss Shen even mentioned in the office a few times that they needed to keep an eye on him, to cultivate him. So, Si Qingqing remembered this person particularly well. She just didn't expect to meet him in person. Looking at him now, not only does he have a talent for design, he's also quite good-looking. Over 1.8 meters tall. He looks very clean-cut. Even his sense of style is great, but it's so late. Why did Boss Shen call him to her office? Seeing that Shen Yuxi's assistant had arrived, Lin Yuan didn't plan on staying much longer. He walked up to Shen Yuxi's desk. I guess I came at a bad time. Saying that, he prepared to reach out. The next second, his gaze met Shen Yuxi's beautiful eyes, who said I wasn't going to drink it. This sentence left Si Qingqing completely dumbfounded. What exactly is their relationship? Actually, Shen Yuxi still hadn't eaten dinner tonight, but she didn't want to eat in front of Lin Yuan. She continued to lower her head. Leave the soup there.
You can go now.
You've got to be kidding me.
The lunchbox is still here, and so am I. Having lived in the Lin household for so many years, I still have some basic counter-reconnaissance skills, especially since this is the first time my mom sent soup to Shen Yuxi. If I don't bring this lunchbox back, wouldn't that mean she didn't eat it? Or if I don't see her eat it with my own eyes, do you think my mom won't overthink it? Shen Yuxi thought for a moment. This lunchbox didn't just hold a bowl of soup. It held the heartfelt care of an elder. If she didn't even take a single sip, it probably wouldn't be very appropriate, especially since she was currently bearing the title of Lin Yuan's girlfriend. She didn't say a word, she just quietly pulled the lunchbox toward herself. Beside her, Si Qingqing's eyes widened in shock. She even wondered if she was dreaming. Once again, Si Qingqing began to doubt Lin Yuan's true identity. Just who exactly is this guy? Could he be Boss Shen's long-lost younger brother? Otherwise, why would Boss Shen eat the food he brought? Looking at the massive bone inside, Shen Yuxi's delicate brows furrowed slightly. It wasn't out of disgust. It was just that the bone was way too big. Normally when the maid cooked, the bones were all chopped into small pieces. A beef bone the size of a ham like this. It was Shen Yuxi's first time seeing one. She had absolutely no idea how to eat it. Seeing her frown and not touch her chopsticks, Si Qingqing nervously gulped. 10, if it's too much trouble, forget it. I can just go back and tell my mom that you already ate it. Saying that, Lin Yuan took 2 steps forward, intending to finish the soup himself. A flash of vigilance appeared in Shen Yuxi's eyes. Her tone left no room for refusal. Don't touch it. She then took the bone out, tore the meat off of it, and only then did she slowly put it into her mouth bit by bit. She slowly finished all the meat. Then Shen Yuxi picked up the container and tasted the broth. The rich beef flavor was incredibly fragrant. She set the lunchbox down in satisfaction and finally looked at Lin Yuan. You can take it away now. Lin Yuan was stunned, but the one even more stunned than him was Si Qingqing.
Ugal EQ Bon Ax Ahim Bompo.
The relationship between this guy named Lin Yuan and Boss Shen is definitely not ordinary. Please thank your auntie for me. This is the first time I've ever had such delicious beef soup. Lin Yuan was taken aback. He didn't expect the iceberg female CEO to actually know how to say thank you. But thinking about it, Lin Yuan clearly preferred this current version of the older sister. However, Lin Yuan didn't say anything. He grabbed the thermos and left the CEO's office. As soon as he got home, his mom started interrogating him. Let me ask you, when did you and Zhaoji start dating? From his mother's expression, it wasn't hard to see how much she adored this beautiful daughter-in-law. She's so pretty and sensible, and her family background is so good. There aren't many girls like her left. Just yesterday, he said he didn't have a girlfriend, and now a gorgeous woman falls right out of the sky. She has a car and a house, and Shez, even a company executive. Lin Yuan finally spoke up. To Unib Gunyon's song Buns Vaisnun 0. But Xiaoji is already 28 this year. Shez a bit older, so I didn't dare to tell you. So what if Shez older? Look at the society we live in now. As long as you two truly love each other, that's all that matters. Let me tell you, Xiao, she is a good girl. You better treat her well. Lin Yuan laughed and asked, how do you know Shez a good girl? How could I not know? We were just chatting. I asked if she was home yet, and she said she was cleaning the house. That way when you move in, you'll be a bit more comfortable. Saying that, she opened the family group chat for Lin Yuan to see for himself. Shen Yuxi had even sent a picture of the bedroom. The bed was huge and looked incredibly soft. There were also 2 large throw pillows on it. Lying on it would definitely be super comfortable. What followed was a scene of the whole family praising her together. To be honest, Lin Yuan still couldn't figure it out. When she was in his family group chat, she completely turned into a different person. The most unbelievable part was that she even sent a crying cutely emoji. As a result, he barely got any sleep that night. He clearly had insomnia. When he woke up the next day and checked the time, it was already 8 o'clock. He let out a sigh. Time to get up and continue providing for Shen Yuxi. She was his boss, after all. Only if he worked hard. Could the boss live a better life? So saying he was providing for her wasn't exactly wrong. Lin Yuan sluggishly got up and walked into the living room. He saw a plastic bag on the dining table, containing 4 piping hot steamed buns. He grabbed a bun and stuffed it into his mouth, putting on his jacket while eating. Only then did he head toward his little electric scooter. He arrived at the company at exactly 9 o'clock. He poured himself a cup of warm water D. While drinking, he took out his phone and started his daily check-in in the family group chat. It would have been fine if he hadn't looked, but seeing it gave him a shock. CEO Shen was truly dedicated to her role. At 6 a.m., she had already sent a message about going for a jog. She didn't forget to add a good morning. Let's all do our best today. Following that were replies from his youngest aunt and his uncle's wife. There was even a reply from his mom. You really have to admit, the older people get, the earlier they wake up. The elders in the family all woke up super early, and they were very focused on healthy living. Hearing that Shen Yuxi got up to jog, they were beyond thrilled, saying things like, young people nowadays, it's really not easy for them to stick to jogging. His mom was even the first to speak up, hoping that in the future, Shen Yuxi could take him along to exercise more, to properly train his lazy body. Lin Yuan was speechless seeing this. Can jogging make you immortal or something? Seeing Lin Yuan chime in, his mom immediately replied, did you take the steamed buns on the table? I did. The buns weren't good at all this time. Were those for you to eat? I made those for Zhaoji. Did you eat them all by yourself? No wonder he thought his mom was being unusually enthusiastic, even preparing breakfast for him. Turns out it was for Shen Yuxi. It wasn't that he didn't want to say it, but if he didn't eat the buns on his way to work, he'd have nothing else to do. So he ended up eating all 4 of them. Meanwhile, Shen Yuxi was sitting in her office drinking coffee, while browsing on her computer for tips on how to interact with the boyfriend's family. To her very core, Shen Yuxi was a deeply serious person. As long as it was something she wanted to do, she had to do it perfectly. Even pretending to be a daughter-in-law was no exception. Just as she was engrossed in reading, she received a private message on her phone. Boss Shen,
Please take a look at the family group chat.
Shen Yuxi promptly opened the family group chat. It would have been fine if she hadn't looked, but seeing it gave her a shock. Shen Yuxi finally understood. This was because Lin Yuan had eaten all the buns his mom made for her, and Auntie was mad. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry, but at the same time, she felt an indescribable sense of warmth.
Auntie, please don't be mad.
It's because lately I've been trying to lose weight. Eating steamed buns makes it easy to gain weight. I was the one who told Lin Yuan to eat them. Sure enough, the moment the future daughter-in-law spoke up, the target perfectly shifted from Lin Yuan to Shen Yuxi. Xiaoxi, did that brat force you to say that? Just tell me. I'll stand up for you. I just saw that you've gotten thinner. So I wanted to nourish you a bit. Your work is so exhausting. How can you manage without eating something good? Whatever you like to eat, I'll make it for you tomorrow. And have Lin Yuan bring it to you? From now on, I'll take care of all your meals. Outside food isn't good for your health. Although Lin Yuan's mom was very fierce toward him, She was incredibly kind to others. Shen Yuxi never expected that auntie would want to take charge of her breakfasts. She pursed her lips, feeling inexplicably touched. To be honest, after working for so long, even her own biological mother had never asked how she was eating. The only thing they cared about was when the Shen family line would be continued. Touched as she was, Shen Yuxi had no intention of letting Lin Yuan's mom make breakfast for her every single day. That would really be too much trouble. How could she possibly feel okay with that? There is no need, auntie. Our company has a cafeteria, and the food is really good. Looking at Shen Yuxi's reply, Lin Yuan felt like he was watching a mutual admiration society. Although the company's food really wasn't bad, Lin Yuan still found it inexplicably funny. But funny or not, he decisively played along. That's right, Mom. Our boss is incredibly thoughtful. The cafeteria is genuinely great. Every day we get 4 dishes and a soup, and even chicken drumsticks. Lin Yuan was holding his phone, chatting away, when he heard his colleague Zhao Wang's voice. I just saw the living Yama. That bastard had a long face first thing in the morning. Like someone owes him money. He's definitely gonna come make things difficult for us later. The living Yama they were talking about was Dong Wanfeng, the manager of the design department. Not only did he have a big belly, but he also had a massive temper. Hearing about the living Yama, Dong Nan's face didn't look good before even seeing the guy. Everyone was already sighing in despair. I heard that old apartment complex project. It seems he didn't get any kickbacks from it this time. The materials weren't submitted the way he wanted either. He couldn't pocket any commission. It was an open secret that Dong Nanfeng had sticky fingers. Every time he loved to take the finalized design blueprints and secretly swap out the materials. But this old apartment renovation project was a focal project personally selected by Shen Yuxi, a star project. They were relying on this for promotion. If it wasn't done well, it would be hard to explain to CEO Shen. So they flat out refused to change the materials since Dong Nanfeng couldn't make any money off it. It was no wonder he was unhappy. While they were still gossiping,